Hello, and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin continues to consolidate just below the 88.7 Fibonacci retracement. I can only repeat that the wave count continues to look full. So it looks a little bit as if Bitcoin might want to form a price top there in this A wave, but we don't have a break of support yet. So I'm going to talk about that on the smaller time frame. Just a reminder that this A wave might be in the process of topping, and one more high could of course happen. But as I said, any break above 109k will open the door to other interpretations, more directly bullish ones, and I will share with you a smaller time frame wave count that shows a direct path to 130k, which is not what I prefer, but it's possible. Okay, and that's why we're tracking micro support on the smaller time frame. So at every juncture, I'm going to tell you about the relevant levels. For me, the risk is now very high because technically speaking, on the daily time frame, we could see a dip, or a bit more than just a dip, but it could be a larger correction into the area between 80k and 92k. Someone commented below one of the previous videos, like, Bitcoin will never go back to 80k again. Well, yeah, you might want to reconsider that. I mean, I'm not saying that in this B wave we go down to 80k, because it is enough technically to just visit 92k, 88k. The best structure that would build a solid foundation for a rally to 130k plus in our white still preferred scenario would be a move down into this orange support area, a break below the red line, and then to find some support in a nicely corrective looking three-wave pullback in this area. This would be best, yeah? So this would be best, but we only have very limited evidence that there is a top. So let's take a look at the smaller time frame for Bitcoin, and you can see what I mean. This is just a break below this wedge pattern that we talked about in the previous update. Explained that these wedge patterns, they tend to break to the downside. Not always, so there are no certainties, right? But they tend to break to the downside. And from a structural point of view, this is often what looks like either a high B wave or a wave 5, like an ending diagonal. And when a diagonal pattern finishes, some of you might know about the Elliott Wave guidelines, then typically the move down is quite sharp. Now, yeah, it looks sharp, but it's not even, we haven't even reached standard Fibonacci support. So the next step, I mean, we've already crossed previous swing low, so we have kind of a first and early indication a top is in, but we need more than that. We would need next a 5-wave decline. It's not a 5-wave decline yet. It is not yet a 5-wave decline. Looks like 3 waves down to me. But even if it's a 5-wave decline, it could just be the C wave of 4. So therefore, we need a break below 99.9k. That support area hasn't changed for, I don't know, throughout the entire weekend. It's been stable. Haven't moved it because the move up could be a high B wave. So intentionally, I left it where it was, and I'm watching if the market can react to this support zone. If yes, and we see another impulsive rally, then it could just be an extension of this move up. So basically, to keep it very simple, it takes a break below 99.9k to have a confirmation that a top of sorts has formed. So Bitcoin at the moment tries to top, but too early to confirm. So preferred is the white scenario, okay? So once we have a top confirmed, the question is, what kind of pullback are we getting? Preferred scenario is the white count that I showed you on the larger time frame, where we're moving down in a B wave correction, and it would be an ABC structure itself. I will add the microstructure for that once we get a little bit more data. As long as we're holding 80k, the bullish outcome is preferred. Now, if we get a local price top by breaking below 99.9k and the move down is corrective, is there another option? And I've added earlier today for our members, already communicated on Discord, this orange count. I think you should know about it. It's not my preferred interpretation, but then we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2. All of this could be a third wave, wave 4, wave 5. I'm tracking that for some altcoins, like VeChain, for example, that the next pullback could be a wave 4. But it's possible, yeah. It's possible. Even in this scenario, though, we'd likely be dealing with some kind of a diagonal pattern. And the support area would not be too far away from what we're tracking now anyway. There's an overlap. But honestly, in this scenario, wave 4 might only land here between 91K and 96.5K. So this would be a support zone for orange wave 4. We will keep this in mind when the downtrend unfolds. But for now, we don't even have a broken upper micro support. Just needs to understand that when we come down, because we're expecting further rising prices going forward, and if the pullback is clearly corrective, then we can pay attention to the orange count. But white is preferred at the moment until I get further price data that suggests something different. Yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in more in-depth content, some behind-the-scenes content, what's happening around MCO, updates about the NASDAQ, covered that recently, the S&P 500, check out our MCO Global channel. You'll find the link in the description. It's our main channel. Tutorials can be found here as well. So yeah, check it out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.